Hey there, good morning. It's Thursday. Oh, I'm all tangled up in the dogs. But I don't know if I can get you in there. But if you zoom in, maybe you'll see that bullfrog that's hanging out in the water down there. I can't even point because the dogs are so tangled up as far as my arm can go. Anyway, I had a whole bunch of history, but then I ran into this nice lady who said, "Oh, not many birds for the bird count." And I'm like, "I don't know what that means." And she says, "Oh, I count them for eBird." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And also, she's like, "It's so quiet." I'm like, "It's always so quiet this time of year." She's like, "Well, birds are molting this time of year and they don't want you to see them." And I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "No, you ever seen a cardinal that's molting? They're like, just like they're bald with like two holes in their eyeballs on their head." I'm like, "That sounds so horrifying, like a horror movie." But they want new feathers. I'm so tangled. They want new feathers for migration, and the ones that aren't migrating, they want them for the heck of it. I don't know why. So anyway, that's what I learned already this morning. Let's do a quick history quiz. Here's the softball one. What year does The Wizard of Oz come out? Okay, and then what year is the first time Locomotion becomes the #1 hit, and who is it, and like how did they get that gig? And then I'm just going to give you this history. In 1875, the first swimmer swims the entire English Channel. It's Captain Matthew Webb. He's 27 years old. He swims the 21 miles in 21 hours and 45 minutes. He uses porpoise grease and then I think they called it a costume, red costume. They didn't say swimsuit. And he drinks brandy, coffee, and beef tea. It's a special English thing, I'm sure of it. So anyway, 1939 is The Wizard of Oz. We used to watch it annually. I think came out, they played it on Thanksgiving-ish. I don't know. I did not watch it in 1939, people. And it's in 1962, little Eva, who had moved from North Carolina to New York City, was looking for a job. Her neighbor said, "Hey, down the street, they're looking for a nanny." And so she goes, and it turns out to be Jerry Goffin and Carole King, who had written this song, Locomotion, and they said, "Oh, why don't you do the demo? We noticed you have a good voice while you're watching our kids." And so she does. It goes to #1, and then she has to make up the dance because there wasn't a dance. And there you have it, the first time Locomotion hits #1. The weather today, blue skies in the 80s. You know what I say? Get outside, do something fun. I'm out. Bye-bye.